my slips, my falls, my trials and tribulations, my heart, my balls, my somebody stop, somebody come and get me. Little did I know that the Lord was riding with me. The dark, the light, my heart, the fight, the wrong, the right is gone.
Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Sammy Leggett representing Team JVS, and I'm back again for another review. This is a movie review for the movie called The Good Liar. This was directed by Bill Condon. Bill Condon is most notable for his writing, honestly. He wrote the screenplay for The Greatest Showman. He won an Oscar for screenwriting for Chicago. He directed Dreamgirls. So more so on the enforcement of that. I think he's also writing the new Richard Pryor with Mike Epps. But this is really interesting because this is a spy thriller mystery situation in The Good Liar. The premise is this. Consummate con man Roy Courtney has set his sights on the latest mark, the recently widowed Betty Lectiche, worth millions, but this time what should have been a simple swindle escalates into a cat and mouse game with the ultimate stakes. And it, in all fairness, it was written very well. Like like from the very opening of it, in the beginning of it, I was like, what in the world, Ian McKellen, what are you doing? I love Ian McKellen. I really do love Ian McKellen. And Helen Mirren, she is a vet. Like, both of them in their own rights are amazing actresses and actors. Russell Tovey, who also was in initially, what was the first one he was in? I think he was in the show that I used to love, Being Human, the British version, and then he ended up in Sherlock, and then he ended up in the crossovers. He plays Ray in the Arrowverse, but he's a really great actor as well. And it was kind of like Ian went and he was doing this deal in the very beginning of the movie, and it was kind of like, whoa, like is he mafia? Like, is he undercover? Is he a cop? Like, I really had no idea what he was capable of. Then they do this really interesting thing as far as a tonal shift when there's a scene where Ian is going down into this tunnel where he's trying to escape this guy that was really trying to like call him out on his stuff, and like the escalation meter goes up to here out of nowhere. And then they do these really crazy flashbacks about Ian's past, about who he used to be and stuff like that, and like him being a war veteran and stuff like that. But the weird thing, simultaneously, while this is happening, you're starting to uncover what kind of man he is. You also get to tell what kind of person Helen is, because she takes him in, like she's sorry, feels sorry for him, like she wants to really love him. She doesn't really touch him, because she's still getting over her loss. And she also has, like, basically like her grandson, played by Russell Tovey, who just really doesn't trust Ian. And it's interesting symmetry because he shouldn't rightfully do that. And it's like you keep questioning yourself, like, is Ian gonna do the right thing? Like, is he gonna take care of her? Is he gonna, do what he's supposed to do? And by the end of the movie, this is where the things get crazy. The end of the movie has such a huge dark tonal change that it subverts my whole perspective on the movie. It's not even like it subverted my expectations, because expectation goes out the door. Like, I was like, whoa, that's dark. Like, really, really dark. Like, to the point that I was like, this is a rated R movie now. Like this is a seriously dark situation. And I didn't see it. I mean, I should have known, because like I said, when Ian went down to the tunnel, I knew this was a rated R film. And I saw certain flashback sequences, certain things that just Ian did, that led me to believe like what kind of person he is. But like, I didn't expect anything that I got in the third act, and I think that's a credit to the writing. The problem is, I think, the execution of it. Like, it very much so, when there were moments where nothing was happening, it's very much so very boring. It very much so like wasn't captivating at all. And not just that, like, at a certain point when the cat is out of the bag towards the end, I was like, there's no other way this is gonna go. Like, I was like, this is just gonna end this way because now we're in a thriller situation. And I don't know if that's the way that it was actually directed or if it was the way that it was written the wrong way. I really don't know. But the acting was great. Like, Ian and Halen gave it like all they had. Like, they really did do a very strong performance. I think the weird thing about both of them is that neither one of their characters had an emotional moment in which, because they didn't have this emotional moment, wasn't written to them, we couldn't feel empathetic as much as we would have. Like, there's certain moments of dialogue that happens that are very serious, very stern, and very rough and harsh. But not to the regard, I think, if they had like two specific emotional moments. But then again, like in the very beginning of the movie, like, you see them both writing and kind of catfishing each other. And you're kind of like, okay, they're definitely lying. Like, somebody's lying. When they go and have that first date, you can tell they both lied on their catfish because of certain reasons for both of them. And but yeah, I mean, I think it was a decent watch. It wasn't my favorite. I'd probably rest this at like a 6, maybe 6.5 out of 10. I think it was written pretty well, but then it didn't service certain moments in the film, and I just think that the way that it was directed, it didn't work on that regard. I think the soundtrack was pretty good. Camera work was nothing really special. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. If you liked the movie, let me know in the comment section below what you like about it. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell button because you don't want to miss any of the reviews that are coming. Talk to you guys soon. Keep it locked. JBS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, you guys.